Hey bookbies! I read a book. Recently I finished And She Was by Jessica Verdi. A really good book, though it's not 5 stars. This story is about Dara, a senior in high school on her summer break, when her life gets flipped around, when she finds out her mum's transgender. She ends up not knowing who she is anymore, and sets off on an adventure with her best friend Sam to the east coast of America. She learns about family that she didn't know she had, and learns about her actual mum, her biological one. But she also ends up learning more about her mum that's been her mum her whole life, and more about people who are transgender. And now, bye to people who haven't read the book, but people who have, stick around. The diversity in this book was amazing. It didn't just show one type of character, but instead it showed a range of characters that were completely diverse. There were people of colour and of the LGBT community. One of the main characters, Sam, he is of colour. He's Dara's best friend. The LGBT community that was shown wasn't a large range, but it was shown. We had characters who were gay, we had characters who were bisexual, we had characters who were transgender, which was the main focus of this story. We met the character Millie, Dara's mum, and found out that she was transgender, and it showed us how she coped with everything. From her transition to the birth of her child and everything from that. The thing that made it easier was it was written in first person. You got to see how Dara felt and how other characters felt because you weren't watching from the sidelines. You got to see what Dara was thinking and why she was thinking the things she was. Not only did it make it easier to understand the characters, but it just flowed so well. And you could see what was happening. Like when Dara was with her grandparents, you saw the way that she was feeling and that she was missing her mum. Jessica Verdi was able to show what a transition was like for a transgender person and able to put into words for others to read. It showed what it's like to go from one gender to the other and what impacts it had on the person, but also the family and friends around them. And the range of reactions that Millie had was grand, from understanding to freaking out. Which was kind of how Dara reacted. She didn't know what to do. Her mother had been hiding the secret of her transition for years. Dara did get mad, and the reason for it is understandable. But at points she just overdid it. It really got to me when Dara was taking her anger out on people that loved her. Her mum didn't need that stress after Dara left, went to go find her grandparents and other family that she didn't know about, but also to find herself. Her mother didn't know where she was for days. But Dara also did not need to take it out on Sam. I know he was taking both sides, but she needed to understand that Millie needed to do this and not stay male forever. He had more of an understanding than she did, but it took her to the end to see what Sam was seeing. She missed her mum and she looked up stuff and learnt more about being transgender. The thing that really got to me was the pacing of the story. Most of it was at a good pace. It led the story how it would have felt living it. But at points Jessica sped the story up too fast and you didn't feel like you were there, and you felt like you missed parts. And the parts that you felt like you missed were the important ones. But the bits that were slow didn't feel as important. But also, the book was so good I felt like that we needed more. So I think I give And She Was by Jessica Verdi 4 out of 5 buzzers.